Don't forget to play board.
Yeah, so I'm not feeling 100% and I do apologize for that. So, I'm just gonna go over what did I say? 210 and 104.
Yeah.
We'll just do that. Let's go over 210 because I actually took this quiz yesterday. Very, very easy. Super easy. If anything, I got like what, two wrong. I don't move it up. There we go. So the outer ear collects sounds, middle ear matches airborne acoustic signals with fluid medium of cochlea. Inner ear performs temporal and acoustic signals. Auditory pathway conveys and further processes the signal. The sleeps, Sarah, oh god,
Cerebral.
cerebral cortex, thank you, interprets the signal, and then the functions of the outer ear is collects sounds, shapes frequency, and then funnels acoustics information to the EAM. Middle ear structures, you have the tympanic membrane, which is the eardrum, the three bones in the middle ear, the ossicles. Oh God, how do I pronounce that word?
Ossicles.
Ossicles, thank you. And then the third one is entry to the cochlea, not the cochlea itself, but the entrance. And then inner ear functions, performs frequency and temporal acoustics analysis of the incoming signals, and then it houses the vestibular and the auditory mechanisms. And then the auditory mechanisms provides major input to the how to pronounce that word?
Proprioceptive.
Proprioceptive system. And then the proprioceptive system is responsible for sensing sense one's body in space. And then the cochlea is an all-aspiring sensory system of the body. Where do electric events occur? In the cochlea. And then the four types of hearing losses, obviously we know the three from last semester. We have conductive, sensory neural, mix, and then the new one, the fourth one, fluctuating. We don't need to know the definitions to these four. We just need to know the types. Things that can cause conductive hearing loss, so middle ear infections or otitis media, fixation of the ossicular chain, and then yeah, perforation of the eardrum, and then sensory perforation, sorry. Sensory hearing loss is damage to the inner ear or the cochlea and the auditory nerve. And then bone conduction occurs when the bones in our head vibrate in response to sound waves. Factors that contribute decreased perception is loudness, background noises, and attention. And then factors that contribute to hearing loss, noise exposure, age, and then birth defect. And then the auditory processing, it describes what happens when your brain recognizes and interprets the sound around you. Then CAPD is central auditory processing disorder. And then the problems associated with CAPD is auditory cohesion, attention, discrimination, memory, and figure ground. I actually got this one wrong on the quiz. I put focus ground instead of figure ground. So I know I'm going to get a point off that. So again, you just need to know what these are. You don't need to know the definitions. Just know that these are the problems. And then the 5 things you learn between modules 9 and 10, which are super easy. I honestly went back to like some of the questions from this quiz and I just typed it out, and then I went on my merry way to submit the quiz. But yeah, that's it for here. Super easy. Most of it is fill in, so you don't have to worry about short answer essays. So just know the definitions for sure. And then moving on. I was going to take this quiz before the study group, but again, I am not feeling 100%, so I'm not taking this until tomorrow night. But based off of what she said, from Monday's, excuse me, on Monday's lecture, it's about semantics, and semantics is the vocabulary, the knowledge of words, the word meaning, and how we use them. How did they learn? Direct teaching from adult models, use of clues embedded in the context surroundings, and then the ability to use existing morphological knowledge to determine unknown meaning. And then the two that she, is this right? The horizon expansion and the vertical expansion? Did
Yeah.
she say? Okay. Because I could have sworn she's like, oh, the slideshow is wrong or the PowerPoint's wrong. It's actually the other way. And I'm just like, what? But I was supposed to look at the lecture before, but I'm not feeling
I
well.
think it was more that she tried describing some examples and it was accidentally the wrong thing. But I don't
okay.
mean, yeah, I mean, you could also like, I guess, Google, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that those are correct. So, I don't know.
Well, horizontal, it's the one word, she used blue as an example, and then they learned that there are different types of blue, like navy, powder blue, periwinkle, sapphire. Same thing with, a dog. There are different types of dogs. You have huskies, you have German shepherds, you have dachshunds, and blah blah blah. And then the vertical expansion, it adds multiple meaning of the same word. So the example I use is second. So second could be a measurement of time, or it could be a place that comes after first but before third. And then chunking is the process of placing words into categories based on their semantic relationship in order to store it. I kind of saw this as from modules before, where it wasn't fast mapping, but it was related to that, where like
It's like assimilation,
the
schemata
simulation
kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, like that kind of reminds me of that. So I don't know if they're related. I was supposed to ask this on Monday's lecture, but I totally forgot. If I didn't write it down, I don't remember. I'm that type of person, and I forgot to ask her if it was related or not. And then retrieval, how you retrieve words is by sound cues or auditory cues, visual cues, frequency of use, effective storage, what we remember and what we learned most recently. And then higher order thinking, or HOT. It's not achieved by all students. It is effective by intellectually, language, and cognitive development. And then the factors, basically they slowly start to understand metaphors, idioms, similes, proverbs, and figurative language. But yeah, those are the things that she like really did talk about. And then also like the vocabulary that were on the PowerPoint. But yeah, and then again, I really don't have anything for 217, but I'm pretty sure if we know the data PowerPoint, I'm gonna go back and see what she said. But yeah, I mean, if we go over this, we should be good. But yeah, sorry that this was very short and it wasn't much. I'm just not feeling 100%. I've been like this since Tuesday night, so
No, don't worry. We understand. When you don't feel good, you don't feel good.